I'm going back to Africa, and I'm extremely excited because I'm gonna do the safari gravel race and the migration gravel race again. So probably when you see this video, I'm already there or I'm just somewhere in the flight. But last year I was really shocked and a bit surprised about how hard this race is, and with all the different things we have to deal with during this race: mud, bumpy roads, long days, hot weather, cold weather, dust, basically everything, which makes it a race where you have to prepare really well for. And that's what I'm doing the last days. I try to have everything perfect to go there, and a big part of that is of course the bike. So in this video I want to explain a little bit how I set up the bike for this race, what I did different compared to other races, and gears, tires, all this kind of stuff. So here we go. This is my Mega Mo Silk, a bike I'm using for I think 2 years now, and it never let me down. It's really fast, it's really reliable, and it's really made for racing. And I'm just really happy with this bike. It brings me already many podium plays, some victories, so I'm really happy with that. So let's start with the group set. I'm using the Dura-Ace group set 2x12 speed. The cassette is an 1134. The chainring in front is a 5236, which makes my biggest gear a 5211, which is big enough to go really fast and hopefully drop everybody around me. But we'll see. The smallest gear will be a 3634. Last year I did it with a 3633. I remember I struggled a bit, so I have 1 teeth extra this year in the steep climb, so I think I will be fine. Only thing I changed with Dura-Ace is the front rear. I'm using a GRX one. This have 2 reasons. The first reason is that I have a little bit more clearance for the wheel here on this side, and the second reason is that the cable entering the rear from the Dura-Ace is a little bit different than the one from the GRX, and I think it's a bit less fragile. So the Dura-Ace is a little bit more fragile for mud and stuff. The cable from the Dura-Ace enters here, and the GRX is coming from under, so it makes a bit more sense for me to use the GRX. Then what I really like about Dura-Ace is just you don't have to charge it many times. It's shifting really fast. So brakes, also Shimano Dura-Ace. I'm riding 160mm disc in the front for a little bit more brake power, 140mm in the rear. Absolutely fine. The way the brake levers are in your hand there, you have a lot of control. I absolutely love the Shimano Dura-Ace group set for the gravel bike. Crank length is 170mm. I already used this for 25 years and it works for me. Then next up is the pedals. I'm not going for road pedals in Kenya, too risky for me. I'm using XTR pedals with -3 axle. It makes the groove factor a bit more narrow, and I really like that for pedaling. Then for comfort, I rely on Sella Italia, the Novus 145mm wide saddle. Also riding it for the last 3 or 4 years and never had any problems, so I'm really happy with that. Then a quite simple handlebar tape, not too fancy, just grip and just really a tight wrap around it, so it's not going anywhere. Then the most important thing maybe for a gravel race will be wheels and tires, and for tires I am counting on Pirelli Cinturato Gravel M 45mm wide, and then for the wheels I use the Fulcrum Shark. Last year I tested them the first time in Kenya and no problems at all, so I'm gonna take them again. They're just really stiff, they're really fast. I really rely on them and they are just amazing. And the good thing about them is that the rim height is a little bit wider, so in combination with the 45mm they create a really nice volume, which I really like. That allows me to run a little bit lower pressure. Then the things I do is put a lot of tape on the bottle cages. It allows the bottle to stay more tight in the bottle cage. Also, if something gets loose, I have a lot of tape here. Lifesaver can be a lifesaver. Also, I use the metal ones, not the fancy carbon or aluminium ones or whatever, just heavy metal. I can push them a little bit together so I can get the bottle really tight and I'm not gonna lose it. I'm gonna use 2 1-liter bottles from 2 to 6, which is really nice. From there on, we go to the things you don't see directly. I have a power link under here with some tape. Always when you break the chain or something, you need to bring a power link, in my opinion. Then flat tires. It's quite certain that's gonna happen, so I bring 3 plugs. I have the Samurai here, and on the other side the Samurai is for slightly bigger holes. I can plug them with this one, and then if it's a small hole I will use this one that's here on the seat post. I really like to have them fast at hand, so if I flat I can directly take them, because I don't want to lose too much air. I don't want to search for them here in the saddlebag, so that's why I have them always here in the handlebar or taped on my frame. Then I have a small hand pump and a CO2, so if CO2 is the fastest way, but maybe I can run out of CO2 and then I have to pump by hand, which is fine. Then I have a multi-tool in there, and then I also have patches in there. If I have a really big cut or my tire really explodes or whatever can happen, I have a patch in there and just stick it in there, and then I can just go on my way again. Then something else that I bring is a hanger for the rear. Something I hope I don't need, because if this happens, it means you're already in quite deep trouble. So I bring one just in case you got a stick in your wheel or you hit a stone and the rear is off. It would be a shame if you're all the way in Africa and you cannot continue the race, and it's just a small piece of 20 grams. So I have one of this in there. So that's how I set up the bike for this adventure. But that's just one part of the story. Of course, I'm packing a lot more stuff, and if you want to see what I'm packing more, I will launch another video soon.